Hey guys, so today I'm doing a collaboration with Kitchen Mama. They sent me this amazing hands-free can opener, which I was so excited to receive because I have never owned an electric hands-free can opener. I normally purchase manual can openers, which never seem to last. So today I'm going to quickly show you how this can opener works, and I have a 10% off discount code for all of my wonderful subscribers if you'd like to purchase one. So inside of the box, I have my can opener here, and they threw in a few goodies as well as your instruction manual, which I really don't think you'll need if you buy this product because this can opener is super easy to use. The can opener is battery operated, and you'll need 4 AA batteries, which are not included. So let's go ahead and test it out, and I want to show you guys exactly how it works. So as you can see, it is a one-touch operation, and it automatically turns a full 360. This can opener works by removing the entire lid off of the can, but if you do not want to remove the entire lid off the can, then of course you'd want to stop the can opener before it does a full 360, as I will demonstrate with the first can. Now as you remove the lid, just be careful because the edges of the can be very sharp, and I would hate for you guys to cut your fingers, so be careful, okay? And then for the second can, I'm just going to fully remove the lid. And remember that my discount code for this can opener will be listed down below in the description box, as well as the link to Kitchen Mama's website. Alrighty, so here are all of my ingredients all spread out. Make sure that you use a very lean ground beef. That is very important. I'm using half of a brown onion. I'm going to season my meat with this spice blend here. Now for the sauce, we are making this from scratch. I'll be using butter, flour, chicken broth, or you can use vegetable broth, tomato paste, and I'm going to season the sauce with these spices here. I'm also going to use 15 corn tortilla shells. I'll be using 8 ounces of Monterey Jack and mild cheddar cheese. Now for additional toppings, I'm going to use olives and green onions. The full measurements will be listed below in the description box. Now first, I'm going to start out by cooking the meat. Now it is very important that you use lean ground beef, as I stated earlier, because if you do not, you will have a lot of fat in your enchiladas, and it's not going to look, that attractive. Okay, so use very lean ground beef. 90% is ideal, but you can even go for 80%. It's also very important that you break up the ground beef really good. You don't want like a lot of large chunks, in your enchiladas. So now I'm going to add in my onion, and of course I've diced the onions up really small. And I'm gonna let this cook. Right now my heat setting was on high, but you can adjust the temperature. If your food begins to burn, adjust the temperature. And so now I'm going to season this with the spices. Make sure that you mix the spices up before you add it, and you want to season this. Now we are not going to drain any of the fat because of course it's not really that much fat in the skillet, and we're not going to add any water to this. So you're gonna let that cook. Now let's work on the sauce. So I'll be making a roux. I've used 2 tablespoons of butter. Into this, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour. And I'm gonna cook this maybe for about 2 minutes. Then I'm gonna add in the spices. Again, make sure that you mix up those spices before you pour it down into the pot. So you want to cook those spices until they are nice and fragrant. Now you're going to add in your tomato paste. You're going to add in your chicken broth. Mix all of that up. You can bring it up to temperature, and then once it begins to boil, you can let that simmer. Now this sauce is So easy to make. It only took me about 5 to 7 minutes to make this sauce, and it tastes so good. So now let's cook our shells. Now the idea is to soften the shells. I generally do not cook them that long. I might do like 30 seconds on each side, and I'll turn them once or twice. But we want to soften up the shells because when you fold up your enchiladas, you don't want your shells to break. So you have to cook these and, soften them up a little bit. And so once your shells are done, repeat the same step with the other shells, and then we're going to move on and begin to assemble our enchiladas. So here I have all of my ingredients all spread out. So I like to dip my shells in the sauce and, just sit it on the plate. It just makes it quicker to get the job done. And so you're going to add some meat, some cheese, and then you're going to roll that shell up and then place it into your casserole dish. This casserole dish that I'm using makes 15 enchiladas. And so my sauce did thicken up a little as it sat on the counter. And I'm gonna show you guys how you can thin out your sauce a little bit if it starts to thicken up. So to thin out your sauce, you just wanna add a little hot water to the sauce and give it a stir, and you want to repeat that step until it reaches the consistency that you prefer, or if you like your sauce to be thick, then of course just leave it alone. So once you have all of your enchiladas laid out in your casserole dish, now we're going to top them off with the rest of our sauce. If you have anything left on that plate, go ahead and dump it on top of the enchiladas. We don't want to waste any ingredients here. And then I'm going to top it off with my cheese. Use as much cheese as you like. And these are the additional toppings, which really brings out this recipe. I've topped it off with some olives and green onions. I'm going to pop this inside of a 375-degree oven for 30 minutes. And so now here are my enchiladas, all done. So easy to make, and I'm going to show you guys how to plate this up. So I'm just going to simply put some sour cream on top and some lettuce and tomatoes. I forgot the tomatoes, but that was the idea, was to use lettuce and tomatoes, but I forgot. But you can also plate this up with some refried beans and some Spanish rice. So these enchiladas were so good, you guys. It was flavor in every bite. It was so good. So I hope that you guys will give this recipe a try. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I will catch you guys in my next video.